Oh, g'day. Yeah, just taking a moment to enjoy the ambience here. The rain's coming and setting in. And just appreciating and thinking about the work I haven't got done now. The rain's coming to set in. And I don't really know better. And just have to appreciate it. See, we've got some good weather systems coming in from the sunspots that have given the Earth spot correlation. So whenever you get sunspots that's facing the Earth in the right geometry, whenever you get whenever you get a tropical low, that's an Earth spot, and there's always a sunspot to correlate. And so it's interesting to see this sunspot forms in particular rings. So we've got these particular tropical low systems that have formed in the last week, and then those sunspots going out of view, now moving away from the Earth facing disk, so to speak. And then there's another line coming in on the same latitude, in the same kind of line, sort of like a mirror to replace them. That's pretty interesting physics, whatever's going on there. Magnetic coupling, that's pretty interesting. And it's much bigger than you or I can assure you about that. And so we just got to take it all in our stride, just appreciate what we got, appreciate where we're at and how I feel. And got me thinking about, got the Ramadan coming up. So you can get my blessed meat here for my furry friends to see you've got right here. And they're having a bit of recreation because we're allowed to hunt for foxes here. There's foxes in this area, so they're allowed to hunt for foxes for recreation. There's got no chance of catching them, so it's quite good. And there's no dens around here because they've covered the area. So as the foxes come through, they can give a good chase, and the foxes play with them and bound around, and it's a good bit of sport. And it's good sport because they've got absolutely no chance of catching the foxes, and the foxes know it's a good game. You see. Very fast. You can tell it's a fox because it's a blur when it runs. That's how fast they are. Same as rats. I saw a rat run the other day. Whoa, whoa. It was fast. It's a blur. But just like life can be a blur as well, isn't it? So we come into this Ramadan period now, and then sort of just taking stock and just thinking and sort of seeing how life turns around, and you don't appreciate what you got because it's sufferance. But sufferance is the thing that makes you appreciate what you got. So even when you got the sufferance, it's important to appreciate what you got, you see. Otherwise, you're lost. And it's a different kind of lost. You don't know where you're going, where you are, or where you've been. So at least you know one of those three, then you're not actually technically lost. It's a different kind of lost, that, you see. It's not a lost that you want to be. You don't want to be getting to the point, apparently 20 minutes before you die, and you realise that you're going to die, and you realise you missed the point. Apparently that's the thing that pretty much every human goes through. You don't want to be that way. Neither do I. And the best way, my way as well for dealing with death is no one's going to know if I'm dead or not for at least 150 years. They're just going to have to conclude that I'm most probably dead by now. And I reckon that's a good way to go. And whatever way I go, it's going to be a good death. And I wish you a good death too. I wish you a good life, and I wish you a good death. That's all we're really doing, is we're training for that moment of death, aren't we? And so, I was saying, we're coming into a period where we're going without and fasting. If you're participating in that, see, there's interesting correlations and similarities in Ramadan and Lent, and there's Baha'i fasting, and there's another thing, Bayu, something like that. Not Bayu, but Baha'i. Is that a bad joke? Is that a bad pun to put in there? If it is, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but I mean, like, surely, if there's a Baha'i thing and there's also a Bayu thing, then it's not Bayu, it's Baha'i. I mean, you can get away with that, can't you? Anyway, so, the big thing is not putting crap into your body. And I do have a beer in my hand right now, so it's a good beer. It's a craft beer. It's like you don't put rubbish in your body. And if you're going to smoke tobacco, then only smoke good quality organic tobacco. And if you're going to smoke anything else, then make sure it's only good quality stuff. And if you're going to have any kind of alcohol or food, junk food, or even burning incense, the environment that you're in the people that you communicate with, your mobile phone. Having the mobile phone in flight mode while you sleep is a big one. And turn it off, not having it touch your body. If it's in your pocket, have your wallet in between your phone and your body so that it's not touching your body. All these things, that they make a big difference, see, to your state of being and what's going into your body. A beautiful moment here. All these fish here, so much life. So much life in this one. I killed about 300 cane toads here last night, toad poles. And I killed about 30 cane toads here a few nights before, and about a dozen last night. And the number's significantly reduced if you are going to be diligent and be active, and I wasn't. Anyway, if you see a cane toad, you've got to kill it, because they reproduce so exponentially. See all the different types of fish in here. It's incredible. And there's eels in here. And then there might be carp and tilapia, but there's also freshwater mullet up here. There's a whole different range. And this creek has got so much life in it. So beautiful to see. This creek here has actually got more life in it than any other creek that I've seen. Well, I've seen more life in this creek than I've seen any other freshwater creek anywhere in the continent. And what are these fish eating? Well, I say not much, but they're eating a lot. And so anyway, I was talking about when you come into a fasting, it's a difficult time, it's a difficult period. See, then what that's about is, as much as what your habits have been, as well as what you're being putting into your body. So the type of food that you eat, type of coffee that you drink, type of alcohol, type of milk that you have, when you eat, how you eat. And if you eat takeout, for instance, then there's choices that you can make that are actually healthy, and there's choices that you can make that have got nothing healthy about them whatsoever. And it's all those choices. And it's about how you savour those choices when you savour them, when you have them. And it's about the amount of exercise, how you sleep, how much water you drink, how much coconut water you drink. You know, I depend on that significantly. If I don't drink 4 litres a day of coconut water, then I can't really function in the city. The city's got a particular high intensity of radiation and dryness to it, you see. So the best way to deal with radiation, and by the way, there's a lot of cosmic radiation coming in, and also dust. You're not feeling so well lately, you're feeling a bit off, you're like, oh, I'm so tired and stuff, why am I so tired? It's radioactive dust that's come from outside of our solar system, and millions and millions and millions of light years away. There's a massive dust cloud, we're only just entering it, FYI. So that's what's going through, you're actually gaining density as well, so that's a good one. You get bone density, muscle density, nerve density, everything density, and you're also being completely renewed by this radioactive dust, you see, so get with it. And you've got to take everything else here on this planet in stride, but coconut water is the key. And then the other thing is bow, 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 bow. And the thing with baobab is, the secret recipe is you have a heaped teaspoon of baobab and a glass of real milk with 3 dates. They come from the UAE. Apparently got the best ones, but I reckon the ones from Sudan and the ones from Egypt are pretty good as well. And so you have them before dawn, you see, if you've got a religious principle that you're following that says that you don't eat after the dawn period. So you have that before dawn, right? You have the 3 dates, glass full of real milk, and then there's only a few types of milk out there that you can buy in Australia that are actually real milk, right? And there's only one that's actually proper real milk. And then you have that with the baobab. The baobab, right? So remember, baobab, that's the key, right? You have that with the milk and 3 days, and that's the secret recipe for the Muslims. That's how the Muslims get through the day, you see. The ones in the know, that's how they do it. They have the baobab. I'm not going to do the song again. You want me to? You want me to do it? I go baobab, 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 Sorry, I just couldn't help it. So if you have that, if you're a Muslim and you're in the know, then that's what you do, right? And then so you got the energy, and you don't even need to drink water during the day. So I do that as a participate kind of thing. I always push myself, but I fast intermittently a lot. You see, and that's the other big key. Don't eat every day; it's not good for you. And then don't eat too much. Eat till you're 3/4 full, and don't eat every day. And you should frequently stop eating until you stop defecating. And you see how long that takes, and you see what comes out, and you see how you feel. And also, the other thing when it comes to disease, you can have this one for free, right? You know, like if you got anything going on in your body, which also includes unwanted pregnancy, then but diseases of all kinds, right? The first thing that animals do is they stop eating, right? And basically, they stop eating until they stop being sick. And that sort of correlates about the time that they stop defecating. Around that same kind of time, they're feeling a lot better. And then they have their time of rest, and they take it easy, and they're a bit more fragile, etc. like that, and they clear the toxins out. Okay, so when you're fasting, you're clearing the toxins out. Okay, now that's a big point. So if you've been feeling yourself full of shit, and you are what you eat, and then you've got to clear those toxins out, and your body only gets an opportunity to deal with it when you're fasting, when you're not loading your body full more of toxins. Yeah, okay, you can have that one for free. Now, I wish you a solemn and dignified fasting period, whatever your faith and principle and reason for doing it. And I encourage you to do it intermittently during the day and not put rubbish into your body to start with. All right, have that one for free. Cheerio.